Okay, so in our last video, we have seen that how we can go ahead and plot a table. Now let us have a look at how we can format a table. Okay, so formatting the table is the title of this video. So formatting of course includes changing the fonts, colors and style of the table, but there are few interesting elements on which I'll focus my video to. So let us explore the formatting options. So if you can recall, if I want to format any visual, I have to first select that visual. So you can see there is a rectangle box appearing around this table. That means it is selected. Now I'll go to the formatting section. So you click here and this will show the format visual section, all the formatting options corresponding to this visual over there. So when I click on it, you can see again in the same manner which we have seen earlier, there is visual formatting option and the general formatting option. The general formatting option is same for all the kind of visuals where it gives you options to format this background canvas. So you can do all the things with resizing this canvas, background colors and all that stuff. We are interested into the visual formatting, so let us have a look. So you can see from here, these are all the formatting options. I'm going to tell about each one of them briefly. Style preset is some preset templates. If you don't have much time, you can select from these templates. Then there is a grid option. Suppose you want your table to have horizontal and vertical lines, so you can select the same from the grid option. It also offers you uh, the choices for how wider the lines you want and in which colors. Next is about the values. So this is an important portion, very frequently used one. So values, you can change the color, size and the fonts of the value so that they appear properly in your whole report. Then similarly with column header and totals. So these three things offer you the same stuff that you can do with values, the header of the column and the total rows or total columns. So they will offer you all the formatting options, textual formatting options. After it will come to the specific column. So specific column means if you want to apply any specific kind of formatting to a particular column. So then you can select that column from here and you can make that column appear in a different manner. Okay, so this you can do by selecting a specific column. After it comes a very important portion which I want to focus on my video, which is cell elements. So cell elements is a very interesting feature which is provided by the tables in Power BI, where you can do conditional formatting of a particular column. So suppose in here, although we have very less columns, suppose in here I am interested in looking into the sales values, and if the values are too much. So just by looking at those figures, I will not be able to make out, if the values are, many values are higher or lower or what. So here we have, options like doing the formatting based on the value of a particular column. Either you can change the background color, the font color, or you can apply the specific icons. And also there is an option of giving some web URL. So let us have a look at few of them. So suppose I select over here that, in case of sum of profit, I want to set up background color. So as soon as I do this, you can see there is a decreasing because I have arranged profits in descending order. So you can see a darker color appears in the beginning, and as we go towards end, a very lighter color of the blue appears. Okay, if this row were random, okay, so like because it is arranged in ascending order, so it's looking like an ombre to you. But if suppose this row is, this column is random, then you can see just by looking at the colors, I can make out that, they are towards higher range. Also the values help me visually analyze that, there are a good number of values which are higher, but still there are more number of values which are in the lower band. Also there is an option to, personalize these colors. So if you go to this section, here you can see, if you go to this section, effects, so this will offer you with band of colors that you can apply to higher or lower values. You can also add a middle color. So suppose to the lower values, I want to apply maybe a red color, a indication of danger. Middle value it's yellow, and to the higher value maybe I want to apply a green kind of a color. So you can select the respective things from your this color band and you can apply them. So when I click OK, you can see over here the lower values which are less than 30% are, quite a few, and there are again 4 or 5 values which I can see which are crossing my required threshold. So a very good way of analyzing your data, even if it is in the table, but still you can visually analyze that. Again, similar to this, there is an option of font color and data bar that you can explore on your own, but I'll just show you how it appears. So font color is, just changing the color. So if you don't want to overdo with the color of the cell, then you can do with font color. Similarly, you can change the color bands based on your requirement. And then you can also have data bars. So you can see these data bars show me which values are higher, lower, and so on. So it's again a very good visual cue when, even though you are putting out a textual data, but still the viewers can understand it visually, pick it up the information visually as well. And of course, if they are interested in the actual figures, they can have a look at the actual figures. A very good one is an icons option. So you can see over here, as I click on icon, different kind of icons appear. So if I want to make them meaningful according to my domain, like it's the sales domain, so I'll say that the sales which is less than 30%, maybe give it a red flag that, hey, there is something that you need to work on, or maybe a red colored down arrow. In case of this kind of value, we give a yellow colored arrow, and here I give a green flag that these are the good values. So the values which are above 70, 67%, I'm not changing the range. You can also work around with the range. So when I click OK, you can see over here that with this indication, you can be sure that these are the territories with very less values or more values and so on. I'm just changing the other columns arrangement so that they can be randomized. Okay. So yes, so this is about formatting of the table visual. I'm sure you can apply all the rest of the formattings, which is about putting an image or spark lines, etc. And also under the general formatting, you can work around with title, any kind of effect. Suppose I want to have a background color for my table and so on. So these all things you can work around under the general tab. So yes, that's all from the table formatting perspective. Thank you.